Prince Harry may be looking to repair one of his most important royal relationships. As he settles back into life in the UK with Meghan Markle and their children, a new report claims Harry wants to rebuild the bond he once shared with Kate Middleton. According to a source cited by the National Examiner, Harry reportedly misses his old relationship with Kate and wants to get things back on track. The pair were once said to share a close bond before tensions within the royal family changed their relationship. The reported reconciliation push comes after Harry and Meghan returned to Britain with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. But Harry allegedly faces one major obstacle: his relationship with Prince William, who the source claims still refuses to speak to his younger brother. And that is reportedly where Kate could come in. The insider claims Harry may approach his sister-in-law because he believes she could help reopen communication with William and his side of the family. The source says Harry is reluctant to put Kate in the middle of the dispute, but reportedly feels he has few options. He is also said to have a lot of respect for Kate and to miss the relationship they once shared. The reported move comes after years of tension between Harry, Meghan, William, and Kate. Harry's interviews, documentaries, and memoirs, Spare, included a number of claims about the royal family, further straining his relationship with his brother. Now that Harry and Meghan are back in Britain, they are physically much closer to the Wales family. Their children are reportedly preparing to attend school in the UK, potentially giving Harry more opportunities to reconnect with his relatives. But whether Kate would actually act as a bridge remains unclear. There has been no public confirmation from Harry, Meghan, William, or Kate that any reconciliation plan is underway, and the claims come from an unnamed source cited by the National Examiner. Still, Harry's return to Britain has put his royal relationships firmly back in the spotlight. And if the latest claims are true, the Duke of Sussex may be hoping Kate can help him reopen the door to his estranged brother, Prince William. The reported UK return comes as Harry and Meghan face fresh scrutiny over their family, finances, and plans for a new life in Britain. Harry and Meghan returned to Britain on a private jet costing 6 figures. The Sussexes reportedly chartered a luxury private jet for their 10-hour journey from Los Angeles to Birmingham. According to a Page 6 website report, the couple hired a luxury Bombardier Global Express XRS jet for their journey. At an estimated $12,000 per hour, the flight could cost around a whopping $120,000. According to the report, the jet features 2 bathrooms, comfortable seating for up to 13 passengers, 5 beds that sleep 6, and storage for 12 to 15 medium suitcases. A Planet 9 report claimed that the luxury jet was refurbished in 2023. After 6 years away from Britain, why are Harry and Meghan suddenly making such an extravagant return? According to the Page 6 report, the couple opted for a private jet to be able to bring their family's dogs, Pula, a black Labrador retriever, and Mia, a beagle, to the UK. The People website claimed that the family left their chickens at their Montecito home. The couple's children, 7-year-old Archie and 5-year-old Lilibet, have already enrolled at British schools and will start classes in September. The family plans to live at a private, non-royal residence outside of London, but haven't said exactly where that will be, the Associated Press reported.
I think ultimately William is going to have to embrace forgiveness of his brother as well, because he's professed himself a Christian. In fact, he did that earlier this year. And in upholding his role as Supreme Governor of the Church of England, he has to project the moral values expected of the Supreme Governor of the Church of England, and that includes forgiveness. I think we're on a longer road to reconciliation, and I think there's a difference between public forms of reconciliation and private forms of reconciliation. It may be that privately, William never fully forgives his younger brother for what he deems the betrayal of the family, but publicly at least, because for traditional moralists, traditional Christian values, they demand that there is this public act of forgiveness, that there is reconciliation between the brothers. Harry and Meghan episode is now distant history, so I think time is a great healer. It creates space in a social media saturated world. People are always looking for the next thing to talk about, and arguably that will be reconciliation between first of all father and son, and then potentially the two brothers. Public have lost a lot of feeling for him. There isn't the support there for him or Meghan that there was back at the start of 2020, and he needs to sort of undergo a gentle sort of rebranding in order to I think win over the support and affection of the British people. I think the fact that the lawsuits are now behind him, that is important. The issues with the British press have been settled, and I think he and Meghan will have thought about very carefully the positives and the negatives of launching themselves back into the UK, given their past history with the British tabloids. And I think they will have judged that ultimately it's the best thing for them and their family right now, despite the fact that they are going to have difficult encounters with journalists. I think the fact that those lawsuits are behind Harry now, he can look to the future, and he can start to redefine his public image as well. He wouldn't want to have been in the UK having to deal with, if you like, those past legal cases, because it could have acted as a sort of as a drag on his ability to renew what it is he's doing. I think it's arguably easier for him to remodel himself as a public figure within a UK context. He has been at a loss as to what to do with himself since departing the British royal family, and has tried different forms of reinvention via, for example, the expose in Spare, via Netflix series, via new charitable initiatives. But nothing has quite worked as well as, for example, the Invictus Games. And it's notable that every time he's thrown himself back onto that platform, he's generated a lot of positive press, and and I think he's felt most naturally at home in that space as well. So I expect we'll see quite a lot more of that. I think the timing of this announcement is mostly about the two children starting at new schools. We're at the end of the summer holidays, and it's quite normal that children and families are gearing up for the start of the school year.
Harry and Meghan gave up their royal duties and moved to California more than 6 years ago, saying they wanted to earn their own living. They later signed lucrative contracts with Netflix and Spotify. Harry, Meghan, and the children visited the king at his Highgrove estate in Western England last month, while the prince was in the UK for a series of charity appearances. Another report by Page 6 has claimed that Meghan had difficulty finding housekeepers willing to work at the Sussexes' California mansion.
Meghan's snobbish ways made life in Montecito very hard for the Sussexes. And now, as Harry and Meghan prepare to head back to Britain, fresh claims suggest their glossy California escape was anything but the peaceful haven they had once imagined. According to Page 6, Meghan allegedly struggled to find housekeepers willing to work for the Sussexes at their Montecito mansion, A source claimed a lot of the housekeepers in Montecito didn't want to work for them. The insider alleged Meghan personally interviewed potential staff and could come across as really snobbish and rude. The source claimed some candidates were so offended by the way Meghan allegedly spoke to them that word quickly spread. And eventually, according to the insider, it became a joke among local housekeepers. It got to the point where people would joke that all the maids in Montecito hated them. Harry and Meghan's representatives did not respond to Page Six's request for comment, but the latest claims revive an old controversy. During Meghan's time as a working royal, palace aides accused her of bullying, prompting an investigation. The findings were never released, and Meghan denied the allegations. Then there's the Sussexes' own staff turnover. In June 2025, Page Six reported that 4 members of their team had departed, including Deputy Press Secretary Kyle Boolia and UK Press Officer Charlie Gibson. Now, the Sussexes are preparing to return to Harry's home country with Archie and Lilibet for an extended period, and some Montecito residents apparently aren't exactly reaching for the tissues. One local told Page Six there were concerns about the attention the couple would bring to the quiet community. Now, the insider said, residents couldn't be more thrilled about their departure. The source stressed they could only speak for themselves and people they knew, not the entire community. But there is a sting in the tail. The Sussexes' UK return may not last long either. A new report suggests they could remain in Britain for as little as 6 months before considering another move. So much for settling down. From Megxit to Montecito, and now potentially another relocation, the Sussexes' search for a permanent home may be far from over.